A quick disclosure, I earn a commission if you click the link in the description of this video and form your LLC with Busy. So, you want to start an LLC in Indiana but don't know where to begin. Well, I've got good news for you. You can set up your LLC in just 6 simple steps, and I'm going to walk you through each one. Plus, I'll share some helpful tips to help you avoid common mistakes and unnecessary fees. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to protect your assets and give your business the credibility it deserves. Look, I get it. Starting an LLC can feel overwhelming. You're probably worried about messing up the legal stuff or missing some important requirements. But don't stress. I'm here to make this process super easy for you. Trust me, with the right guidance, you'll be amazed at how simple it can be. By the time we're done, you'll have a clear roadmap to set up your Indiana LLC confidently and avoid those common pitfalls that many new business owners encounter. So, let's get started. Naming your LLC and appointing a registered agent. Alright, let's dive into the first 2 crucial steps of starting your Indiana LLC. Choosing a name and appointing a registered agent. Now, these might seem like simple tasks, but they're actually super important for setting up a strong foundation for your business. Let's start with naming your LLC. In Indiana, you've got to follow some specific rules. Your LLC name needs to include the phrase limited liability company or the abbreviation LLC. Now, this isn't just a formality. It's a legal requirement that lets everyone know what kind of business they're dealing with. But here's the thing. You can't just pick any name you want. Your LLC name has to be unique. The state of Indiana won't let you use a name that's too similar to another business that's already registered. This is where a lot of people get stuck. But don't worry, I've got a solution for you. To check if your dream business name is available, you can use the Indiana Secretary of State's business name database. It's free and easy to use. Just type in the name you want and it'll tell you if it's up for grabs. Trust me, this simple step can save you a ton of headaches down the road. Now, what if you found the perfect name but aren't quite ready to file your LLC paperwork? The good news, Indiana's got you covered. You can actually reserve your chosen name for up to 120 days by filing a reservation of business name. It'll cost you $20, but it's worth it if you want to lock down that perfect name while you get the rest of your ducks in a row. Okay, so you've got your name sorted. The next big step is appointing a registered agent. Now, this might sound like some boring legal stuff, but it's actually super important for your LLC. A registered agent is basically the official point of contact for your business. They're responsible for receiving important legal documents and official mail. In Indiana, every LLC has to have a registered agent with a physical address in the state. This isn't just a PO box. It has to be a real street address where someone can accept documents in person. Now, you might be thinking, can't it just be my own registered agent? And yes, you can. But here's the catch. You have to be available at that address during regular business hours every single day. That means no vacations, no sick days, no lunch breaks where you're not at that address. Sounds pretty restrictive, right? And that's why a lot of business owners choose to hire a registered agent service instead. These services typically cost around $10 to $50 per month, but they can save you a ton of hassle. They'll make sure you never miss an important document, and they'll keep your personal address off public records. Plus, you get the freedom to run your business from anywhere without worrying about missing a crucial piece of mail. Now, here's why all this matters. Your LLC name and registered agents are like your business ID card. They're how the state, other businesses, and potential customers will recognize and contact your company. A well-chosen name can make your business stand out and give people an idea of what you do. And a reliable registered agent ensures you're always on top of your legal obligations. Filing articles of organization and creating an operating agreement. Now that we've got your LLC name sorted and your registered agent in place, it's time to tackle the next big step, filing your articles of organization. This is where your LLC really starts to take shape, so let's break it down. In Indiana, the Articles of Organization is the document that officially creates your LLC. It's like your business's birth certificate. You'll need to provide some key information about your company, including its name, address, and the name of your members or managers. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. One of the most important decisions you'll make when filing your articles of organization is choosing your management structure. You'll need to specify whether your LLC will be member managed or manager managed. This affects how your business will be run, so think carefully about what works best for you. Now, here's some good news. Indiana makes it super easy to file your articles of organization online. You can do it through the InBiz website, which is the state's one-stop shop for business services. Filing online is not only faster, but it's also cheaper. It'll cost you $95 plus a small processing fee. If you prefer to do things the old-fashioned way, you can file by mail, but it'll set you back $100. Here's a pro tip. Go for the online option if you can. It's not just about saving a few bucks. Online filing is usually processed much faster, which means you can get your business up and running sooner. Plus, it's easier to track the status of your application online. Now, once you file your articles of organization and has been approved, congratulations. Your LLC officially exists in the eyes of the state. But don't pop the champagne just yet. There's one more crucial document you need to consider: your operating agreement. Now, here's where things get interesting. Indiana doesn't legally require LLCs to have an operating agreement. So, why am I telling you about it? Well, because even though it's not mandatory, it's incredibly important for your business. Think of your operating agreement as your LLC's instruction manual. It outlines how your business will be run, who's responsible for what, and how decisions will be made. Without one, you're leaving a lot up to chance and potentially setting yourself up for disagreements down the road. Now, your operating agreement should cover things like how profits and losses will be shared among members, the roles and responsibilities of each member, how decisions will be made, what happens if a member wants to leave the LLC, and how new members can be added. Now, here's why this matters. Let's say you start your business with a friend. Things are going great, but then you disagree on a major decision. Without an operating agreement, you might find yourselves in a messy dispute with no clear way to resolve it. An operating agreement provides a roadmap for handling these situations before they become problems. As one expert puts it, an operating agreement is a legal document outlining the ownership of the business, as well as the operating procedures within your LLC, allowing all owners and employees to know exactly what to expect. It's all about setting clear expectations from the start. Another important point: creating an operating agreement can help avoid friction between members, since its terms can be established with greater objectivity. In other words, it's easier to agree on rules when you're not in the middle of a heated argument. Now, you might be thinking, if Indiana doesn't require an operating agreement, can't you just skip it? Sure, you could. But here's the catch. Without a written agreement, your LLC will default to state law for governance, and those laws might not reflect what you and your business partners actually want for your company. EIN, ongoing requirements, and professional services. Alright, so we've covered the basics of setting up your LLC, but there's one more crucial step we need to talk about: getting your employer identification number, or EIN. So think of an EIN as a social security number, but for your business. It's a unique identifier that the IRS uses to keep track of your company for tax purposes. Now, you might be wondering, do I really need an EIN for my LLC? And the answer is most likely yes. If you plan on hiring employees, opening a business bank account, or if your LLC has more than one member, you will definitely need an EIN. Even if none of these apply to you right now, it's still a good idea to get one. It adds an extra layer of legitimacy to your business and keeps your personal and business finances separate. The good news is that getting an EIN is completely free and pretty straightforward. You can do it online through the IRS website in just a few minutes. All you need is some basic information about your LLC, like your business name and the name and social security number of the person filing. Well, that's probably you. So here's a quick rundown of the entire process. Go to the IRS website and find the EIN application page. Second, choose limited liability company as your business type. Number 3, answer a few questions about your LLC, like how many members it has and when it was formed. Number 4, provide your name and social security number as the responsible party. Number 5, choose how you want to receive your EIN confirmation letter. And that's it. You'll get your EIN right away if you apply online. It's super easy and you won't have to pay a dime. Now, let's talk about something that a lot of new business owners overlook: ongoing requirements. Just because you've set up your LLC doesn't mean you're done with paperwork forever. In Indiana, you need to file what's called a business entity report every 2 years. This is basically just a way for the state to make sure your business information is up to date. You need to file this report in the anniversary month of when you formed your LLC. So, if you formed your LLC in March, you'll need to file your report every other March. It's super important to remember this because if you forget, you could end up paying penalties or even having your LLC dissolved. Trust me, you don't want that to happen. Now, filing the actual report is pretty easy. You can do it online through the InBiz website and it'll cost you just $32. If you prefer to do it by mail, it'll cost you a bit more at $50. My advice, set a reminder on your phone or calendar so you don't forget it. It's a small thing, but it can make a big difference in keeping your business in good standing. Now, I know all this paperwork and legal stuff can feel overwhelming. I get it. That's where professional services come in. There are companies out there that specialize in helping people set up and manage their LLCs. They can handle everything from filing your articles of organization to getting your EIN and even acting as your registered agent. Using a professional service can be a game changer, especially if you're new to the business world. They know all the ins and outs of Indiana LLC law, so you can be confident everything's being done right. Plus, it frees up your time to focus on what really matters: growing your business. Your LLC journey starts now. All right, so we've covered a lot here. Starting an LLC in Indiana might seem tricky, but it's totally doable. You've got all the info you need to get started. Whether you decide to tackle this yourself or get some help, the important thing is to take action. But here's the thing, even with all this info, I get that it can still feel overwhelming. That's why I want to tell you guys about a service that can make this whole process even easier. It's called Busy, and they're experts at forming LLCs. They'll handle all the paperwork, filings, and legal stuff we talked about so you can focus on actually running your business. If you want to check them out, just click the link in the description of this video. Trust me, using a pro service like Busy can save you a ton of time and headaches. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck with your LLC.